Okay, it's the time we've all been waiting for. Maybe not all of us, definitely me, but it's Avengers trailer day. I can't wait. It's right in front of my face. It's 2 minutes and 26 seconds long. I'm very excited. Apologies to those of you who really do not like the trailer discussions and whatnot on this channel, but I do them primarily for Marvel movies and like definitely 100% certainly Marvel movies. And this is Marvel trailer week. We had Captain Marvel earlier this week. We have Avengers today, and allegedly we are getting a Spider-Man trailer tomorrow, which I actually think is a bad choice of them to do. But yeah, so you guys are gonna be, unfortunately, you're getting a little bit of a barrage here, but this and Spider-Man for sure. Like, I love Spider-Man. I love the Avengers. This is still, of the like 111 movies I've seen released in 2018, Avengers is still #1. Infinity War is still the #1 movie I've seen for all of the indie movies, all of the big budget movies, because I'm basic and it's fantastic. So we are gonna watch this right now. I'm very excited. I'm gonna kind of like shimmy this way a little bit so we can put it on screen easier. So on 3, 2, and play. Look at the shattered iron.
This thing on?
He's still in space.
Hey, this Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
All the dust, no.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out
Oh, Cat's
50%
crying.
of all living creatures.
We lost, all of us. We lost friends, we lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
The recreation from the Rebel. I like it. Great title.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. I got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
So he got out of his zone. Good for him. Okay. All right. Definitely not as great as that Guardians reveal at the end of the Infinity War trailer, but still good reveal. So like where we left off in Ant-Man and the Wasp is that he's stuck in the quantum realm, and apparently now he is not stuck in the quantum realm. But I think it's good when you have something that like the implications that are happening are so dark. So it starts off, you got Tony drifting through space, basically about to die at like within the next day because he's gonna run out of all of his resources. And then you've got like 50% of Earth is dead, and everybody's just these broken, shattered versions of themselves. It's good to have that just a little bit of comic relief at the end when you let the OG Avengers theme kind of like kick up in the background a little bit. All right, I just stopped the recording so I could watch it a second time. I'm very excited. I think this is going to be fantastic. I like that they didn't include Captain Marvel in this trailer because Captain Marvel isn't actually released yet. I know that the turnaround time between Captain Marvel and Avengers is actually really minimal. I actually really assumed that Captain Marvel would have been coming out in like January or February, to just to like really make way for that hype to go into Avengers in April. Right now, there's like it's like a 1 month turnaround, which kind of seems a little bit fast to me. And then apparently Spider-Man's coming out at the very end of June or like the first week of July, depending on where you live. So those are like very quick turnaround times for some of these movies. Because originally I would have said that they'd probably wait until Captain Marvel was done until they featured her in any of the trailers for this movie, but that doesn't really leave very much time. And I'm sorry, after like a trailer like this, when you literally have that screen, that image shot where it changes from like Shuri to Peter of the people that are gone, and I'm like, oh my god, so sad. But then tomorrow they're just gonna show a Spider-Man trailer, and I know that people know that like Spider-Man is not dead and that he's gonna come back, but it's still just like the emotional reveal options in trailers, and I don't know why they're pushing their hand with Spider-Man so early. I feel like they probably should have waited until like maybe February to show a Spider-Man trailer. If anything, this Avengers trailer is kind of late compared to when it, no, I guess maybe, well, comparatively it would be, because the Spider-Man's coming out tomorrow and it comes out like 2 months after Avengers does, and the Avengers trailer only came out today. That's kind of like, one of them's either early or the other one's late. So if we do actually get a Spider-Man trailer tomorrow, which everything's pointing that we are, I do think that's kind of a bad call. Unless they're really just trying to flood the entire world with just Marvel hype. In which case, maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe that's exactly what they're going for. They're really just trying to like kick the gate down. But in my opinion, this is Avengers Endgame could be the only movie that Marvel released next year, and I'd still be 100% okay with that, and it would still be incredibly hype. But as it stands, we are getting a part 1 in something that's supposed to kind of like kick off the next 10 years of Marvel that is hopefully very good. In Captain Marvel, you've got this amazing like Endgame film that kind of like finishes off what the last 10 years have been building to, which in my opinion is probably the most ambitious and effective cinematic event that's ever really been undertaken. And people can disagree with me, and you can say that there's other things that have a larger scope. But in terms of something being like a connected cinematic universe and doing it well and taking the time to build it up small, bit by bit, all the way back from back in 2008 to get it to this moment, to actually care enough to play the long game to get to the end game, is truly spectacular. Because since this has been so successful, there has been non-stop brands trying to just cash in on exactly what they've done right out the gate. They're not willing to put in the work. It's what you saw DC pretty much fail at doing. It's what you've seen they tried to do with like the Mummy movie, and they've tried to do it with a bunch of these different franchises, and you can't just fabricate something like this. You can't just try to make one movie that creates this to happen. You have to take the time, make good solo films, and then kick in these little like added on end credit scenes that tie into the next thing. But then don't just blow your load and make a Justice League movie, or make like every character you could possibly imagine in one movie. You take the time and you make another solo movie, and then you make another solo movie, and then you have the ability to kind of feature them all together. So I think that this is just culminating into a fantastic finale, and I hope it pays off. If this movie sucks, that'll really suck, but I'm hoping for the absolute best. I will say that the Infinity War trailer had me a little bit more hyped, just because it's the first time a lot of those characters were interacting. In terms of this, where it's basically just seeing characters that have already all interacted together, which is fine, because this is the conclusion of a part 1 type thing. But I'm very excited. I'm just very interested to see what their plan is. I feel like they really didn't give any of that away, which I think is great. This is a good teaser that just lets people know, yeah, in the last part, Thanos wiped out 50% of the population. The Avengers are completely separated and broken versions of themselves. Thor is just wearing average. Thor basically looks like Chris Hemsworth in 12 horses, 12 whatever, just in any other Chris Hemsworth movie other than an Avengers one. Like, he's just looking like a regular dude sitting there. Like, these are broken people, and I'm just very excited to see how it pans out from here. And like I said, you get that really nice kind of like kick up towards the end with Ant-Man, with Scott, just to have that little bit of lightness there, just to have that glimmer of a hope in like a positivity, kind of like, at the end of the first one, you have like the Guardians there, and it's all funny. But yeah, I'm incredibly excited. April cannot come soon enough. So I think from like right now, it's exactly four months away. I think it comes out at the beginning of April. I could be wrong there, but the next 4 months cannot go by fast enough. So let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Are you not as hyped for this one as you were for Infinity War? Do you feel like there's something lacking from this trailer that you would have wanted to see? I'm kind of happy with just kind of like the minimal approach, no real indication of what they're gonna try to do to fix the situation. Really just kind of extending that hopelessness of the situation, the lack of team that they have, like the sheer lack of numbers that they have with them right now because of the devastation that happened. And then that's just that, like I said, a little glimmer of hope from Ant-Man just appearing at the end. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you're into that kind of thing. And as always, I hope you had a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.